because she's about to speak. You know who she reminds me of? There's only one other girlfriend in the world. You know, this is Shia LaBeouf's girlfriend. Freaky. There's only one other girlfriend in the world that's got this much power and who's this scary that you'll never defeat. And that is a girlfriend of a man named iDubbbz. And the girl is Anise. Yep. Her and her niece would be a good duo. They'd kill a bunch of men.
That would be great, honestly.
Yes, Anise. Very similar. Watch.
Ladies and gentlemen, iDubbbz's girlfriend. Cut to that close-up. There she is. That's what you guys are all jacking off to online. Are you fucking kidding? That is lewd. Look at all those marks on her. This is how big I was doing it before. And then I forgot about the tits. I will auction this off. That is iDubbbz's girlfriend. This is what's so hot to you. People are signing up for this. You hear this, iDubbbz? That's in my mind's eye what she fucking looks like. You fucking pig with your Alzheimer's dad. I hope his brain is nothing but a puddle. So, yeah, they're doing this boxing event. Listen to this. I just came up with this. They're doing a boxing event for charity because her dad, who's probably like 79, got Alzheimer's. She's going around on every podcast talking about how terrible it is. You know, my grandpa died of dementia at 73. Big whoop, I couldn't wait. And now she's crying all over the internet that her dad died of Alzheimer's. And we've got to get Alzheimer's prevention. It's like, shut the fuck up. So they start doing a charity boxing match to punch each other in the head, creating early onset Alzheimer's, a.k.a. CTE. What the fuck, idiot? It was so cool. I woke up last week and I see this. And this is so cool. She deletes, but we have a copy of it here. Look at this. Keemstar posted, amongst many others, iDubbbz's wife unprivated her Twitter to call out podcast legend Redbar for drawing a pic of her nude. Then, after much backlash, she deleted the tweet and reprivated her Twitter. The whole ordeal reportedly took under 15 minutes. P.S. Her boxing event is in 2 days. And here's what Anissa posted. You can see here. She posted a clip of me holding up the drawing. You know, and I don't know Anissa from Adam.
People are forgetting that this is a drawing from memory.
This is a drawing from memory.
We're not even saying that that's what you look like. It was just
no. I just said, let me draw Anissa from memory. So Anissa posts the clip from Redbar just last week, and she goes, "Dude's upset because another man's wife isn't hot enough for him." Yes, and I'm not being sarcastic. Yes, I am upset that you're so ugly. How is that a win for you?
Watch this. You're going to hear her speak.
Wow. What about you, Mia? What was your personal interpretation of it?
Yeah, when I was reading the script, it seemed like a really interesting meditation on power. That to me is what was really coming through, and especially the kind of the corrupting nature of power, and then even more specifically the female corrupting nature of power. I think we see so often what that looks like with male characters, but it's quite rare to see it with.
But this is the type of person you're gonna walk in. She's like eating her little brother for some weird. She's done surgery on her brother. She didn't know. Here, watch Shia. I guess he's going to tell us a little bit about Mia here.
People in this group, right? And they got people showing up for them. And I don't have nobody showing.
Look at that fucking hat. Burn local. I mean, what would drive you to wear a hat like this unless you were completely crazy? I mean, look at that. That looks like a photoshopped hat that somebody did. A hat sticker on Instagram that you'd throw on. We should show that Selena Gomez clip where they threw a mustache on it. I'll show you that next. That looks like a hat that you'd throw on someone on a TikTok Live. That's ridiculous. Burn local. How about we start with you? Incendio!
For me. And
Well,
week 2, week 3,
is.
I'm there 90 days, so I'm there for a clip. And there comes a point where family week comes around, I say to my therapist, like, I'm not gonna go. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to subject myself to this shit. Like, I'm on a path, and you know, let me just stay here. Like, I don't want to keep reminding myself of how fucked my situation is. Mm-hmm. And she says, no.
This is not an episode of Sons of Anarchy. This actually looks like a scene from Sons of Anarchy season 7. And the locals were coming. I mean, really, these two, look at this. If somebody had Sons of Anarchy music, previously on Sons of Anarchy, and then played this with the Sons of Anarchy music, can somebody make that? Previously on Sons of Anarchy. Remember, they used to have a different cast member every week do the previously?
That's cute.
Sons of Anarchy is filmed in front of a live studio biker gang. Vroom, vroom, bikers. Hope you enjoy your show.
Previously on Sons of Anarchy.
I'll never be able to speak on it. I don't know nothing like this relationship. I never have in my life. I never had, even my parents, even my father, you know, I never had what I got with her, which is, you know, to enter my life, to be with me, she had to take a loss. She had to, like, eat shit to be with me. To be with me, she had to re-enter being a part of my life, she had to take a hit.
Holmes, that just ain't right, Holmes. Life is one struggle after another. People in LA sure go through like a Mexican struggle, don't they? Let me guess, Holmes, you were in AA.
They're saying, no incendio.
No incendio. Okay, here's this scene that everyone is waiting for here.
And
riding through this.
And she says, no, I think you should show up this week. And I show up thinking, all right, my mom's gonna be on there. You know, my mom will be on. And Mia is on the screen.
Mia Goth.
And, you know, like,
Yo, man, maybe that's the FBI trying to raid our drop. Right? Shouldn't you guys be running from the helicopters, the choppers? Why and both of these guys are not essays, by the way, but they're being artistic. Here they are.
You don't deserve that kind of shit. You know what I mean? You don't deserve that kind of shit.
She's got a new accent.
Like, I don't deserve that kind of shit. You know, I done put her through years and years of fucking nonsense, bro. Just like,
I spent 20 years in the slammer. Years I will never get back. It's like, you're not that guy. You're not an older Mexican guy. I've seen a lot of hardships. Where I grew up, we didn't have the money. Yes, you did. You're Shia LaBeouf. You grew up doing movies. No, Holmes, he was a lot different than that, dog. Most of my life was spent just trying to get a green card. Oh, it was? A SAG card, you mean? Okay. Look at him.
Why did I bring her up in the first place? It was important. I had a point here. I was going to bring up... Oh, I was going to say, she's all mad because somebody made a deep fake porn of her that her friend Ludwig, or one of Salva's friends, Ludwig or something, was watching. Somebody cut this out, the crying scene, make a deep fake gangbang, but her face is not crying. Imagine how mad she'd be.
Do not.
God, would I just like to do gangbang. If I could turn myself into 40 ends just to be able to wait in line to do gangbang. Hey, you like this, bro? What about this, huh? Behind the scenes? You gotta get through a lot of black shit to get into there, huh? Bring a clipper. Bring a knife, bro. You're gonna bring a machete. Get there.
Let me show you this. This is Spotify's staff. Does this look like somebody that wants Gavin McInnes on their platform? Watch.
At Spotify, everyone just trusts each other and has this culture of it's okay to ask questions even if they might be difficult questions.
Pronouns are kind of a tricky subject for me in that I keep going back and forth about kind of what to use.
Pronouns are a tricky subject for me. Unreal. Then maybe you shouldn't be working at a job.
Joe Rogan is under attack. Eric Weinstein and Lex Fridman are here to save the day. Let's see how this opens. Not cool, Lex. Look at this. You know, this 70% opacity Lex Fridman over the atmosphere or the earth. This is what he designed. Look at this. You know, and we just glaze over this stuff as people. We're so used to all this crap. I mean, look at this. What if I said, hey, guys, check out the new Redbar, and it was a picture of me in a suit, 70% opacity over the earth? Wouldn't you go, come on, Mike, this is crazy. No, we just ignore it. We pretend that it's fine.
Speaking of lyrics.
Wow. There he is. Horts. It's got about 72 syllables to it. Okay, try spelling words. What's got more words? Paranth Venkataramarajam or horts? What has more characters? Warts. You got it right. This guy not only has warts, and let's count some of these. 1 little, 2 little, 3 little Wardians, 3 little, 4 little, 5 little Wardians, 6 little, 7 little, 8 little Wardians, 9 little Wardian warts, 9 little, 10 little, 11. If you're going up in key to do another verse, a rephrase, what do they call it? Reprise? That's a lot of warts.
Unfortunately, everybody knows who Joe is. And he doesn't act as if he went to a fancy finishing school. Right? That's not his energy. The fact that you got some super smart guy.
You have nipples coming out. I feel like I'm watching a fucking porn, bro, because I got a nipple shooting out at me here. I got a nipple here. Is this fucking Total Recall? Because I'm counting 3. Here's another fucking nipple. Free the nipple, he says. Jesus Christ, put on a fucking bikini, bro. You're naked.
He's exactly like Lex Fridman. He's another one of these Adderall autists that does nothing, and he just speaks about all these issues that are going on, like political. Like, if you go, Mike, what does Lex Fridman do? I don't know. He's involved in issues where some people think someone's a racist, but they're really not. He gets into that territory where he's defensive about that. That's what these guys are. They're not intellectuals. They're trans topic arguers. That's what they are. Professional trans topic culture arguers, but they like to pick the same topic for 3 or 4 years and discuss this. Sam Harris is another one. Hey, Sam Harris, do you know, what topics do you know? Well, trans people in bathrooms, college campuses becoming PC, and what's another? What's another one? The Gad Sad is another one of these guys. Guys, you need to evolve. Get a new topic. You turn on Gad Sad interview from 2 days ago, and he's like, did you know that college campuses are breeding grounds for PC? Okay, well, what do we do? Cut to 5 years later. What do we do? Well, let's just say, I will be drinking liberal tears because these guys are stupid, right? We're smart, they're stupid because they're PC. We're not. So they're dumb and we're smart. Okay, we know all their stories now. What about, do you have any plans?
Now?
Well, I want to repeat the stories. So college campuses are going. That's Gad Sad, everybody. A perfect impression of him, by the way. If you know him, this is my father. Came up with a stand-up joke. This is a perfect time to debut a dirty stand-up joke I came up with last night. And I think this is pretty good. This is a misogynistic stand-up joke. You know, I couldn't, when I was making this note, I couldn't spell misogynistic. Here's a misogynistic stand-up joke I've been working on. So, yeah, I saw this guy, and he's sitting there with his girlfriend, and he goes, I love this person. I'm just so glad I met this person. I love this person. And I'm like, to me, a person is a guy.
Wow.
Misogynistic, you know. It's about the culture. That can be shown. You can't say I love it. You ever see this guy? Oh, I love this human. Is it a guy? I just, really love this person. That's the only example I can think of. I love this person. This person or a girl? And then, that got me thinking, a person could be a guy.
Tell you what, because I don't take Xanax. Lee, what's the name of that gel right there? Up on top. So
he hands it to his co-host.
Read everything that's on that list.
Listen to this.
Read my name, not my address, but...
All right. Social security number.
No.
No, I'm joking. Alprazolam?
Alprazolam. That's why I didn't know the fucking name on it on the Joe Rogan. But keep reading.
I can barely read it.
Keep reading.
Here we go.
Yeah, Alprazolam or something like that.
Tablets, 0.25 milligrams. I don't know what.
Okay. What did I say on the Joe Rogan podcast?
0.25.
Okay.
And he said it's a generic for Xanax tabs.
Okay.
Take one tablet 3 times a day as needed for anxiety.
Okay.
Okay, so you are taking Xanax. Cool. Nice. You destroyed me.
Also, I just realized he never responded to the allegations that he was lying about his wife washing them.
Wow,
that was
look
one
at
of
that.
our main points.
Okay, he's hiding that. So you don't take Xanax? Well, he's like, see, I don't take Xanax. Read the bottle. And then the guy's like, generic for Xanax, take 3 times a day.
Did that trick anybody? You want to call me out? Call me out. Oh. Call me out for my tolerance.
No.
Call me out for the amount of fucking edibles I do.
Why? Why can't I just call you out about anything and it should just roll off your back? Who gives a fuck? I'm a f***ing.
Well, there is a list of things you're allowed to say.
No, you can only call me out on this, and this.
So you have a weak spot, huh? You're pretty weak?
You want to call me out? Call me out. Call me out for my tolerance. Call me out for the amount of fucking...
Why would I call you out on tolerance? That's a cool thing.
You want to call me out? Call me out that I can handle a lot of weed.
No. Sorry. Not going to start giving you props. How about I call you out on the stuff that extremely bothers you? I'll stick to that, junkie. People go, Mike, you want to hit him where it hurts. Why don't you bring up how he abandoned his daughter?
My 27-year-old daughter and me haven't spoken since she's like 10.
I said, I don't go after people who abandoned their daughters. Except when I do, you abandoned your daughter. She's just out there living a life while you make money and not give it to her. That's pretty cool. Remember her? We'll be interviewing her. Imagine seeing a guy like me and your daughter talking. Yikes.
Hey, Joey, your daughter has fucking corona.
We're going to be interviewing your daughter. I'm going to actually be trying to seduce her. See maybe if I could whoop right up her whoop.
Cunt.
Hopefully I could get her to have some sort of sex with me.
I'll allow it.
Okay? I'll do your voice while we're fucking.
Oh, do you like that? 27-year-old abandoned daughter.
Imagine if you heard me say that. If he's this mad about the Xanax, wait till you see the other things I've said, including the fucking of your daughter. You're allowed to watch a man accuse you of having an addiction.
Cool.
And I watched that's why I asked you the question, because I watched the first 10 minutes and I had to shut it off just because it was bothering me. Like it was bothering. All his research was watching the Joe Rogan podcast.
You probably want to keep your mouth closed for this, Joey. You're on national TV.
It was bothering me. I had to turn it off after 10 minutes. It was bothering me so much.
I thought you're comedians' top tough guys. Turns out they're not so tough, huh?
This is very revealing.
Imagine if I came on this show and go, I had to turn off Hostbuster after 10 minutes. It was bothering me too much to hear him.
What the fuck?
I mean, come on. If I'm allowed to take it, then you got to take it too. You can't be this much of a pussy.
Just because it was bothering me. Like all his research was watching the Joe Rogan podcast.
That looks like fucking Hellboy. Have you not seen a closer? This is like if Hellboy got extremely obese. Remember Hellboy? Look at that. All you need is those plugs coming out of your head, you red demon. Yikes. I feel bad for him. I want to make peace with him. But the peace comes with a nude apology. Sorry, bro. You got to spin.
Yes.
Here on this show, we've got one way out. It's called the ultimatum. You have to do a public apology about me, and you got to do it naked, widescreen, in at least 1080p, and you got to be spinning. I got to see the butt, the balls, the boobs, the tits, the dick, the stones. You called them stones, right, the other day?
Yeah.
So, Joey, I'd like a formal apology and a little naked spin. I want to see the cracks, the creases. You big animal. I don't know if you remember Bruce Jenner on The Kardashians. I do. He'd be on the couch every episode, rolling his eyes at everyone, trying to listen to the damn TV. And that was that. So now he's Caitlyn Jenner, and they've got him doing all this publicity. He doesn't like people. He wants to be left alone. This is him. Hey, my dad would love to talk to you. He's a big fan. Oh, how lovely. Hello. And you're going to see this. And if you can't, read this. Look, here he goes. My dad wants to talk to you. He goes, oh, that's just wonderful. Big gulp of that Irish coffee there to get through it. Let's watch. Look at her.
Oh, hey, how are you? I've been a big fan for many years.
Well, thank you. That's very nice of you to say. Well, Birch told me a lot about you.
You always know somebody wants to talk to you when they're talking to you like they talk to a dog. Oh, very nice. Thank you, human. She had no time for plebs like this. What does your dad do? Has he ever been to the Emmys? Then I'm not interested. You know, she don't give a shit about this.
Missed him so much. You would say that about no other man, right? Why are you missing Hezbollah so much? Because he looks like a baby? Okay, well, let's see more. It gets even weirder.
Story views. He's looking at his page. It's probably fire, huh?
He's right there, by the way.
USA.
So you'll notice really quick, yeah, that's his voice. And it's only in Russian. You'll notice, though, that people confuse treating Hezbollah with a human with treating Hezbollah like a dog. He grabs his leg, and they all play with him as if he is a baby.
And also, he's 20 now.
He's 20. He's not 18 anymore. That was an old... He's 20. Would Dana White play around with any 20-year-old man like this? Other than this fake baby?
What's up, my man? You got me. Where the fuck is he hiding at? How are you? Good? Good trip? Yeah? Go see your room?
Go see your room?
Let's do it.
He could understand all words fine, by the way. Go see your room? Go see your room? Good boy? Good trip?
Well, what would you say if you were meeting Hezbollah?
Hey, man, how's it going? No, I wouldn't speak to fucking Hezbollah. Okay, I don't have some... I would never do that. I'd be like, oh, my God, fucking Hezbollah. Yikes, get out of here. But, yes, if I was around him, I would go, hey, man. Rough day, huh, Hez? Yep.
I didn't think about it. If I thought there was an ounce of racism or something bad, I'm a smart enough guy not to put that online. Like, I knew it was going on. I fucking put it online. That's how, but you live and learn.
Zooming out for a second from Dave Portnoy to the network that is Barstool, and we're in this cancel culture, and obviously people are extremely sensitive at these times. My roommate Evan, dwarf mamba, he's a dwarf. Oh, well, he
legitimate.
Yeah. He wanted me.
I remember this.
He wanted me to ask because I think
we have. Well, are you gonna go on midget versus dwarf?
No.
Oh! Do you remember? We showed this on the show, right?
Yep, we did.
First of all, this word dwarf is 10 times more irresponsible than midget. Come on, dwarf? That's insane. That's like elf. Believe me, I can't wait till they're sick of dwarf
Because dwarf is crazy sounding. Dwarf is like if a black person didn't want to be called the N-word and they're like, I want to be called spook. It's like, that's still really, to us, that's the same. They're going to want to be called something else. We want to be called bugs, bug people, tall as a dog guy. What do you... It doesn't matter what we call you. You know what he is? He's a... You're a whiny little bitch. They want to be called little people. They have little minds. All right, let's see what happens here.
And I was like, yo, like he doesn't oversee like what his employees post.
Yeah, see, I didn't even know for that happened. But like I didn't know that blog existed, and it didn't.
And this is so confusing because Dave's like, wait, I thought you guys were huge fans of me. Now you're like so sensitive that I can't say midget? Like, what's going on? Wild pizza? Wild pizza? 7.9. That's a score.
We've actually talked to Za a lot about that. And he's like, in a weird way, it does have parallels because he's like, no, you can use it. And to be honest, a lot of things
I'm hurting
different with this, but words change their meaning.
It's only 4:50.
And they almost always end up like whatever may be acceptable. What he says is fine now. A little person, a dwarf.
Oh, yeah.
Like, all right, to me.
What does he want to be called? A little person? A little fucking nugget? I don't know. Guys, just so you know, this started out as full at the beginning of the I'm just kidding. This was almost empty. We got another one right here. I'm pretty good at cartoon stuff. All right, Mikey. What do you call him? Like a little midget, a little piece of shit or something? Like a turd that falls out of a dingleberry? You want to be called? What do they want to be called? A little black nigga? Imagine if he said that. Let's see what he does. And look at this poor guy. I don't. Any more codes from this one?
Go to 2855.
2855. Here we go. 2855. Here we are. Any story you need here? Or?
Just listen to Callan.
That's as human as it gets. What I go crazy over is what I would call chaos. We are embracing. So when the CDC
Stick to this.
When you can go as a man and get a drug that causes you to lactate, which allows you then to breastfeed your child. And that milk, because of the drugs you have to take, actually causes heart problems in a child. And the CDC and everybody else isn't going, we got to stop this because this is evil, which it is. This is evil and insanity. When you don't have that...
People hate that breastfeeding man. The only way I can like that man more is if the stuff coming out of his tits was poison. What is with you queers and the kids? You guys are obsessed with fucking kids. Protecting them. You will really go out of your way to stop the breastfeeding man that has been really taking this whole town over here. Everywhere I go, there's a guy with his tit out, breastfeeding a kid. It's not just a one-time guy. It's everywhere, and it's poisoning the kids. Okay. Look at that little
Now
arm.
we're really in trouble. Now what's happening is we are embracing actual insanity. When you have men who can go to women's prisons and get 2 women pregnant, 2 female, and before they get moved, we are dealing with insanity. That's right. When Scotland says, if you say you're a woman for 3 months and you don't have to have anything, you can have balls and a beard and get put into a woman.
Those do seem like the 3 most important things on my list. Stuff that needs to get fixed. I mean, I can't believe 2 fucking spicks in jail got raped once by a guy. Oh. Stop the government. Government shutdown required. We need to make sure the senoritas in Orange is the New Black don't get have sex. It's not rape when it's 2 prisoners. It's sex. So that's where you're going to go. But what about the 2 women who got raped by a trans? I'm sure they won't let that happen again. They're very sorry.
They're updating. Okay.
And what about all the other rapes in jail? You don't really do much talking about those.
What about rapists that are roaming free right now among us, maybe even in this room?
I love how they trick themselves into thinking that they actually care about this because they can't really come up with anything else. I mean, and we've just been seeing this on repeat.
What would they be talking about?
Just on repeat. Like, imagine, it's like, yes, I hate the breastfeeding man too. I can't dedicate my life to him. We've got bigger fish to fry, like yourself. You're worse than the breastfeeding man has ever been. I hope you know that. To us, if you think the breastfeeding man is one of your main pillars of why you've had to change your whole life around, well, you're 400 times worse than the breastfeeding man in this community. So imagine how bad you are.
A woman for 3 months and you don't have to have anything. You can have balls and a beard and get put into a women's prison. I don't know what the we're doing anymore. But there are certain things that I'm willing to fight for. There are lines you're going to cross where I'm going to take my heels in and I'm actually going to fight.
That's where he would fight and just throw away his whole life over that. Imagine fighting for that. Guys, I'm sorry. I have my two families. I'm sorry. I must leave now. Why, Daddy? Why? You have two families here. We need you. Oh, I'm sorry. I've drawn a line in the sand. They've gone too far. The breastfeeding man needs to be stopped. I'll see you. I got to go fight. I'm putting myself out there with a gun. And you're not fighting for any of this. Why is the breastfeeding man out and about right now? He's that hard to beat? You got so many of you guys who hate the breastfeeding man. He's running amok.
Get him already.
He's hosting the streamings. That's where I draw the line. We can't have men. And it's not men. It's just this one guy that People Magazine like faked a picture of like a hairy man's tit and a baby smiling next to it.
I don't even know.
And they're like, it's over. Why would you care about, what about the bearded lady? We're going to get the bearded lady. We're going to get, I mean, there's a lot of people to fucking get if the breastfeeding man is there's so many guys. You guys are going to be busy with this war for a long time.